be in the path of this storm, which is currently tornado warned. We are watching for signals of how strong the storm is and how big the hail could be. And I'm seeing reports of hail as large as 2.75. That was out in the high area at just a little after 7, like around 7:08 or so. And then we've had reports around 2.2 to 3 inches in diameter, pretty much from east of Albert all the way south of Johnson City. And so now Blanco, you are in the thick of the tornado warned storm with the most likelihood of a possible tornado happening in Blanco, tracking off toward the east at about 25 miles per hour. Downtown Blanco is basically right where the center of the circulation is, which is going to be intersecting Ranch Road 1623 and Highway 281. Some of these pixels right in here, Katy Lane, Lindemann Lane, Elm Street, and tracking off toward the east. So please be in that safe spot if you are in Blanco proper and points east. To give you an idea of areas to the east, we're talking off toward Rogers Creek Road, FM 2325, the Dirt Road, Ranch Road 32, east of Highway 281. So circulation right now, basically on the east side of downtown Blanco. Here's 1623, here's Highway 281, and we're looking east where the circulation is, where the possible tornado could be either developing, possibly on the ground, moving to the east at about 25 miles per hour. The tornado warning in effect until 8:15. Current time is 7:47. And unfortunately, we're in a situation where this may not be the last tornado warning. We have a tornado watch that has actually been expanded and now includes all of the I-35 corridor, as well as out toward Caldwell County, Bastrop County, and Lee County. That tornado watch, meaning conditions favorable for tornadoes to develop, is in effect until 10 p.m. ETA for the storms hitting the I-35 corridor, probably around 9 p.m., maybe a little earlier for the storms reaching, for instance, Austin, San Marcos, into Williamson County as well. So here we go. We're watching as the tornado warning is in effect. I'm going to go back to one of my favorite indicators, and this is the low-level rotation tracker, so we can see where the most likely areas of rotation are. And it looks as though we're still watching, like right through Blanco. And now there's a little bit of a pixel that's like looking like it's picked up a little bit just to the south of Blanco. Right along Highway 281 and FM 32, so Ranch Road 32. There may be a little bit of extra rotation showing up there. Make sure you're in that safe spot. Anytime I say safe spot, we're talking lowest level, away from any windows, interior room. It could be a bathroom, it could be an inside hallway, it could be under the stairs, it could be even in the bathtub with the mattress on top. Sometimes that's the situation as well. So here's a look at the actual radar itself, and here is the hook, if you will. You can really see kind of it look like a pretty good hook just to the west of Blanco. It's kind of broadened out just a little bit, not quite as what you would see as a typical classic supercell thunderstorm hook, but still this is where the inflow notch is on the east side of Blanco, and the storm is going to be moving to the east at about 25 miles per hour. The inflow is the area where it's the updraft, and then the downdraft on the back side of the storm is where we're seeing all that really heavy rain, as well as the potential for very large hail. So let me go ahead and show you what we've got in terms of the hail with this storm, which does have a history of hail up to baseball size. All right, so here we are looking, the tornado warning for Blanco, just to the north of that tornado warning where you're under a severe thunderstorm warning is where we're seeing the biggest hail core. And this is going to be to the southwest of Johnson City. So right now we do have our hail tracker indicating what looks to me like at least quarter-size hail. This is going to be Flat Creek Road, Miller Creek Road, Rocky Road. So we've got quarter-sized hail, if not larger, and we're continuing to see that move through areas on the north side of the tornado warned storm. So that's Blanco County. Farther north, we also have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for portions of eastern Llano County, south of Kingsland, through Marble Falls, and across Highway 281 south of Burnett. But then, as we head farther north into Burnett, you too are under a severe thunderstorm warning. There's some hail up here, especially north of Burnett and also on the north side of Lake Buchanan. There are some indications of some hail there. But not only that, we're also dealing with just a good amount of wind, which has been moving through. Let me go ahead and show you what it looks like in Austin. So here we're watching as Austin's quiet, but we got this line of storms that's going to be marching east from Highway 281, where it is now, to I-35 by around 9 o'clock, give or take. It's 84 degrees in Austin. We've got overcast skies, but those storms are showing no signs of quieting down or of letting up. Here's a look at the storm reports that we have had. Again, tornado warning in effect until at least 8:15. The first tornado, and actually the only official tornado report, there may have been some tornado activity with that Mason County to Gillespie County cell, but I haven't seen an official tornado report yet. But we did get an official report near Menard. It was at 4:13 p.m. in Menard, just to the southwest side of town. And the same supercell thunderstorm continued on a track toward the southeast into Mason County, into Gillespie County. Multiple reports of damaging hail, also some wind damage in Fredericksburg. And that same supercell is now moving its way into Blanco County, where it has dropped baseball-sized hail in high. And that same cell is the one that is now spinning, and the rotation is evident enough and strong enough to prompt a tornado warning for areas of Blanco County, from Blanco east of Highway 281 heading into Hays County. And see right here, this is the hook right here. Now, east of Blanco is the biggest area of concern. We also have about just shy of 1,000 lightning strikes with this storm right now. I'll go ahead and remove the lightning layer. This is just going to reveal for you the hook. This is the hook echo, and we're seeing as the inflow notch is right here just to the east of Blanco, which is the most likely area for where we could be seeing that tornado get its act together. As of yet, this is radar indicated. It is not confirmed tornado just yet. That could change. We still need to continue to monitor for possibly a tornado on the ground, and we need to treat it as though that's the case. So for that reason, if you are in areas east of Blanco, heading into Hays County, the storm is moving a little faster. I know that the motion I was mentioning was 25 miles per hour, but it seems, looking at it right here, like it might be moving at slightly higher clip. Looking at, again, the radar, around 2.5-inch diameter hail being indicated from radar just to the north of Blanco, between Blanco as well as Johnson City. So that's another area where we're seeing kind of evidence, if you will, that this is not your average ordinary storm. This is a very powerful storm with very strong wind as well as hail potential with it as well. All right, so tornado warning, be in that safe spot. Blanco County, this is where we are watching that little notch, that area that appears to be a bit of a hook. I'll go back to the shear tracker, which is going to show you that low-level rotation where we can see most likely area for where that rotation would be. And honestly, it looks like it's going to be just to the east of Blanco. There's a little bit just to the south that is showing up as a slightly stronger input. It looks as though the AMAs again have dropped out. I'm not sure what the problem is, but I'm sure that our fine crew in the control room is probably trying to troubleshoot and assess this. Again, if you want to watch the AMAs, and if you're not liking the double box and the black screen next to me, go to Paramount Plus, because we are streaming the AMAs there. We have that right there for you to see. Okay, so this is concerning. This area of rotation is actually increasing. Oh, okay. What I'm being told is when it goes black, it's because it's a local commercial break slot, which we're not running local commercial breaks because you're seeing me. So we're not missing the AMA coverage. It's just black because it's in what would otherwise be known as a commercial break. Okay, so what I don't like seeing is whenever we see the rotation uptick into blue and even green. This is FM 32 and this is Highway 281, and we're talking Blanco area. And unfortunately, this is a little concerning because this is a stronger area of rotation than previous. So if there were to be a tornado, downtown Blanco's right here. This is just southeast of downtown Blanco near Cielo Springs Drive. And I would be in that tornado safety spot, Highway 281, FM 32. The storm is moving toward Tejas Trail and Cox Road and Lindeman Lane. Be in that safe spot. It is a tornado warning for Blanco County and Hays County until 8:15 this evening. Here's downtown Blanco. Circulation that is most concerning looks as though it is moving toward the south and east, roughly right along Ranch Road 32. I still am not seeing any reports of a confirmed touchdown. However, it is entirely possible that there could be a tornado either developing or one that is on the ground that I'm just not seeing the reports of just yet. But at the very least, I am seeing reports of 2+ inch diameter hail just to the north of Blanco. Severe thunderstorm warnings, as I mentioned, do include other locations. We have a new one. Those of you watching right now in Williamson County, heads up, you are now under a severe thunderstorm warning. So we're still monitoring the tornado warned storm down in Blanco. Southeast side of Blanco, be in that safe spot. The new severe thunderstorm warning just barely clips Williamson County. This is going to be out near Florence, and that is for the big wall of storms that is moving in. So let me show you real quick the look at radar, and we'll let you know why there's a new warning that includes Williamson County. So it's just an extension of this entire line of storms moving in Burnett County on toward Williamson County. Just a little sliver under a warning right now. I fully expect that we will see more severe thunderstorm warnings probably posted all along the I-35 corridor before all is said and done. But right now, it's Burnett, it's northwest Williamson County, it's down through Marble Falls, eastern Llano County, through Blanco County, and in that Blanco County storm that is showing signs of rotation, we could have 2-inch diameter hail, but we could also have a possible tornado, which is why the tornado warning is in effect. And that rotation is most likely just southeast of downtown Blanco. So let me take you in there again. We will track the storm for you, and we will provide some towns and some times as the storm continues tracking toward the east at last check at about 25 miles per hour. Now this latest look on radar is showing that the contrast of the area of winds toward and away from the radar is looking a little less defined. So it was looking like it was right here through Blanco, right here, follow, and then right in here. It's not looking as impressive now, but it's moving really rapidly. So far eastern side of Blanco County is now where the most likely area of circulation could be. I will confirm this by looking at our shear tracker, looking at the low-level rotation, which is continuing to head basically right along the southern stint of the tornado warning box, which is right here. So anyone east of Highway 281, I need you to be in that safe spot. I'm going to go ahead and take a little storm track from what I'll estimate as being the eastern edge of the circulation of this possible tornado warning. And we'll go 25 miles per hour to the east and just a little jog to the southeast. So this is going to put it, the storm right now, 7:58 p.m., the area of most likely circulation would be near 824 for Jacobs Well, 832 for Wimberley, 840 for Hays City, Buda about 857. Now, as of yet, it hasn't been a confirmed tornado. I do want to mention you, it looks like Burnett has reported a 50-knot gust out there at Kate Craddock Airport. So that is equivalent to 57.5 mile per hour winds. So that's going to cause some damage. So you've just seen that wind gust there in Burnett County. Farther to the south, in Kendall County, which is out of the CBS Austin area, we have a report of some quarter-sized hail that fell at 7:54. Time right now is 7:59. Coming up on 8 o'clock, we have a tornado warning. It is in effect for Blanco and Hays counties. It is in effect until 8:15 for the potential of a possible tornado. Radar indicated, you can see some of the towns, Jacobs Well, Wimberley, Hays City, and Buda, that are in the line of the storm that is currently tornado warned. Should the storm continue to show signs of rotation, which currently it does. All right, I'm gonna back it up. We'll show you the velocity. We'll take a closer look at the storms. Again, this is going to be the wide view of radar where we basically have a line of storms that is pretty much continuous from north to south, from up southeast of near Lampasas, all the way down south of Blanco to near Canyon Lake. So this entire line of storms is currently severe warned, and the portion of it that is tornado warned is right over Blanco County heading into Hays County. So at this point, still not seeing any reports of a tornado touchdown, but I'm continuing to look. We've got a new severe thunderstorm warning that now includes portions of Travis County. Okay, you probably saw it just plot here. So if you are in Round Rock, Cedar Park, Leander, Liberty Hill, Andice, Florence, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning now. Also, if you are in Lago Vista, if you are in Jonestown, or if you are on the north side of Lake Travis, you too are under a severe thunderstorm warning because of these storms moving in. Folks along Lake Travis, Lago Vista, for instance, get inside. Don't want to be out on the lake while these are coming through. They're right now at Spicewood. Let me give you more information on the severe thunderstorm that now includes much of Travis and Williamson counties, at least along and west of I-35. Georgetown, Sun City, Liberty Hill, Leander, Florence, Cedar Park, Round Rock, you are all under a severe thunderstorm warning now. We're talking hail up to quarter size, but you know what? Wind could be the bigger factor. Winds up to 80 miles per hour possible. That could cause lots of power outages, tree limbs down, as well as additional damage. So we're talking Burnett and Williamson counties, and now a new one that includes Travis County as well. So let's take a look at that latest warning for Travis County. Let's see, they're going to allow the tornado warning expire at 8:15. This is good news. So I'm going to stay with you till 8:15. Hopefully they will let this expire as they just said, and we can get back to just severe thunderstorms. Severe thunderstorms aren't great, but they're better than tornadoes. All right, so Spicewood, Lago Vista, we do have the severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for potential destructive winds, Blanco, Gillespie counties, and now let's go to the one in Travis County and give you the latest on it. Okay, here we go. Cedar Park, Georgetown, Leander, Round Rock, also northwest Travis County. 60-mile-per-hour winds, hail up to 3/4 of an inch in diameter, and this is going to be affecting 325,000 people that are currently under that severe thunderstorm warning with the storms that are moving in toward the east. Let me tell you, it's been quite an evening. This is Memorial Day. We've seen so many historical weather events happen on Memorial Day or Memorial Day weekend. Everything from Gerald to Wimberley to Memorial Day floods. It's, yeah, definitely a crazy time. All right, so this storm that is near Smithwick and Cypress Mill is moving east at about 35 miles per hour. So let me go ahead and give you a storm track on that. That way we can kind of give you an ETA for Austin, because I know a lot of you are watching in Round Rock and Sun City and Georgetown. And this is going to give you that ETA for when these storms hit your doorstep. And they are severe, and they are likely to bring wind and possible hail to the area. Okay, current time is 8:03. Tornado warning, Blanco County till 8:15. Also portions of Hays County. Weather Service says they do hope to expire that at 8:15. So theoretically we'll be on for another 12 minutes, and then the AMAs will again have the full screen as well as audio. Meantime, severe thunderstorms can also cause damage. Power outages, tree limbs down, hail dents. None of those are things that we want to see. ETA for Dripping Springs right now, 8:04. So if you are along Highway 290, this is a storm that is already moving into Dripping Springs. Briggs in areas of Burnett County, 8:11. Steiner Ranch in Travis County, 8:16. Jonestown, also Travis County, 8:20. Florence up in Williamson County, 8:27. Austin, 8:32 for you. So this is a little faster initially. It looked like the line would probably make it to you around 9 p.m. based on a 35-mile-per-hour easterly trajectory. Austin, you've got about 25 minutes before the storms roll in there, so be ready. Mueller area about 8:35, Sun City 8:41, Round Rock 8:45, Georgetown 8:50, Forest Creek about 8:53, and Hutto 9 o'clock. So making it out toward Highway 79 into Williamson County around 9 p.m. for Hutto, probably a little bit later as you head toward Taylor, Thrall, Rockdale, and on toward areas of Milam County. But that's the latest on the severe thunderstorm warning that now includes much of Williamson County as well as much of Travis County. All right, let's get back to the tornado warning. Again, the National Weather Service has so far not had a confirmed touchdown reported, which is fantastic. They do plan to allow the tornado warning to expire. However, they are tracking destructive 80-mile-per-hour winds moving into northwest Burnett County near Briggs. They are also seeing new rotation in that storm in Burnett County. So we'll go and investigate that in just a moment as well. But for now, we've got the tornado warned storm for Blanco County, a ton of lightning with it, 1,900 lightning strikes. Let me go ahead and remove the lightning from here. The hook was right in here. You can really see it well. Watch right here. There's the hook, and here is basically where it has kind of broadened out. So we're less concerned about tornado, although there's just a little bit of a potential, like a little inflow right in here in the far western sections of Hays County. But just for your reference, this is what we're looking at: Dripping Springs, Blanco, and the tornado warning would basically be no longer for Blanco County because the storm has pushed east of there, but it would include Hays County, Dripping Springs, Jacobs Well, and heading toward Wimberley. But we're looking less likely for tornado here. I will go and show you the shear marker to give you an indication of the rotation that we've seen as it moved off toward the east. So this tornado warning is on track to be allowed to expire coming up at 8:15. The new area of concern is up north. We're going into Burnett County now. Here's Naruna, here's Lake Victor, here's Watson, here's Briggs off on the far right side. And this little system now is showing a little bit of enhanced rotation, which has prompted the National Weather Service to issue a tornado warning for potential damaging winds up to 80 miles per hour. They also included in that, I mentioned tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning, pardon me on that one, the severe thunderstorm warning with winds up to 80 miles per hour, but they did include within the severe thunderstorm warning text that there could potentially be a tornado. So that is another thing to keep in mind. Rotation that is happening now in northern Burnett County, approaching Briggs with potential winds up to 80 miles per hour. Right now, our wind tracker is showing Sunny Lane, Lake Victor. Here's Highway 281, and a large swath of what could be winds up to 70 to 80 miles per hour with the severe thunderstorm warning for this storm. Again, it's not a tornado warning, but a tornado could be possible with this storm, which is showing some signs of rotation. So here's a look again at the radar, as you can see, of the lightning across here. All right. Watching right in here would be the little inflow. If there were to be a developing tornado, it would be just right here, northwest of Briggs, along the same 183 route that we saw tornado activity, what was it, 2 Thursdays ago? I remember we had lots of crazy storms there. Okay, so near Watson, this would be if there were to be a tornado. And right now the National Weather Service is going with destructive winds up to 80 miles per hour, tornado possible, but it's not a tornado warning yet. Right now it is a severe thunderstorm warning near Watson. Here's Ocala and Briggs. So heads up into eastern, northeastern sections of Burnett County as well. This is going to be moving into northern sections of Williamson County. Let me get and of course that did also bring wind gusts up to 58 miles per hour when they rolled through the Burnett Airport. That was not long ago. Okay, so we've got the severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect for Blanco County, which has now been canceled. That's some good news. We're still watching as the tornado warning, which is in effect for portions of Hays County, is on track to be allowed to expire in 6 minutes at 8:15. And what I'm showing you right now, which is some very severe thunderstorms rolling through Burnett County with the possibility of some rotations right to the near Watson and northwest of Briggs area along 183. That storm that is currently moving through the Burnett County area toward Williamson County. Let's see what the motion is on those winds. And this is moving to the east at about 30 miles per hour. So on that trajectory, let me give you some towns and some times. And this would be for sure damaging wind threat, possible tornado threat. I'll just start you through Burnett County, and we'll track this east at 30 miles per hour as it heads into Williamson County. So the severe thunderstorms likely to be in Briggs at 8:17. Current time is 8:10. So they're over Watson now and moving into Briggs shortly. Lago Vista 8:24, Maxdale 8:29, Florence 8:34, Crystal Falls Golf Club in Leander 8:37, Cedar Park 8:44, Sun City 8:48, Lake Georgetown 8:53, Jarrell 8:56, Round Rock 9:01, and Pflugerville 9:08. If you're watching right now, popping on, trying to listen to the AMAs, they are streaming on Paramount Plus right now with both audio as well as video. You can see the double box. Once the tornado warning expires for Blanco and Hayes counties, which should be coming up in 4 minutes, then we will go back to regular programming and you'll be able to see the AMAs and hear them as well. Meantime, there is a decent little hail core that I'm seeing east of Blanco right in here. The inflow notch from the tornado-warned storm in Hayes County is to the southwest of Dripping Springs and toward the northwest of Jacobs Well and Wimberley. Again, it's showing signs of hail up to baseball size. That's 2 3/4 inches, winds as high as 70 miles per hour. So this is a nasty storm that we're continuing to watch. Let me go ahead and show the hail tracker. And this will give us an indication of how large some of those hailstones are. So we know we've got severe thunderstorms pretty much from north to south along this line. They're moving to the east at about 25 to 30 miles per hour. And let me go to the hail tracker next. And that is going to be this next graphic right here, which is going to show where the most likely hail cores are. So it looks to be sub-severe for most of Burnett County, with the exception of far northern Burnett County. We've got right here, all right in here is where we're seeing the area of biggest hail potential. This is going to be southeast of Lampasas along the northern stretch of 183 in northernmost Burnett County. Then we head into Burnett, down towards Sudeth and Marble Falls. This is generally subsevere as well. We're talking small hail, but there could be some small hail potential. Now let's head farther south where we're watching the tornado warning. And this is definitely larger hail. You can easily see that to the north of Ranch Road 165, to the south right here. Okay, so what they're going to do is they're going to expire the tornado warning, and it looks like they've issued a new severe thunderstorm warning that's going to be right in here. And this is because of extremely large hail. Let me go ahead and query the hail. And these pixels in yellow, hen egg size, that is 2 inches in diameter. In green, that's ping pong size. And then in the blue, that is quarter-sized hail. So if you are east of Blanco, north of Ranch Road 165, and then east of Highway 281 and south of Highway 290, you are in the core of a damaging hailstorm. So this is going to include those of you along Rolling Hills Road, Middle Creek Road, FM 2325, and it looks as though up to the north, this is bordered by McCall Creek Road and Clear Creek Ranch. So this is where we're seeing indications of very large hail, 2 inches in diameter. This is also the northern side of the tornado warned storm. I'll go back and show the winds within the tornado warning. We'll go to the velocity. As the time is right now 8:14, and I'm still getting every indication so far that the warning will be allowed to expire coming up in 1 minute at 8:15. All right, so Blanco County, the winds that had prompted the tornado warning are strong, but they're unidirectional. The area with possible spin now looks like it's all the way south of Dripping Springs, west of Jacobs Well, and it's not very well defined. So my suspicion is, based on what I'm looking at right now, we probably have dodged the tornado threat with that storm down into Hayes County now. Farther north, remember, we were also watching a little bit of a notch. This again is looking at radar velocities, and this is the notch. It's not much, but just to the north of Briggs, there is kind of an indication of a little bit of a little notch or a little thing that might be where there could be some small spin up or rotation. No tornado warning on it at this point. All right. Good news, time now is 8:15. We only have severe thunderstorm warnings. We'll continue to crawl the information for you on the screen. I'll have social media updates as well. Be safe. We'll return you to the AMAs and talk to you soon.